Jay-Z and Beyoncé, the most loved couple in Hollywood. I think we can easily say that they are celebrities for celebrities. Everyone loves them. Bey and Jay have been together for more than 20 years, but before reaching this type of power in the industry as a couple, they have quite of a story, from cheating allegations, dissing albums, conspiracy theories and more. So grab a snack cause today we're gonna dive in and talk about this story and their empire. They don't really need an introduction, but let's do it just to make sure. Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z, is an American rapper, record producer and entrepreneur, and as we all know, one of the greatest rappers in the scene. He was born in December 4th, 1969 in Brooklyn, New York. And Jay went through a lot since his early years. His father left his 3 older brothers and mother Gloria, but then he tried to reconcile with Jay before dying in 2003. But that was just the start. At the age of only 12 years old, the rapper shot his older brother in the shoulder for stealing his jewelry. Jay said that at the time his brother was addicted to crack, so this is why he was stealing from the house. But speaking of substances, after dropping out of high school during his sophomore year, Jay started dealing, which brought him to many dangerous situations. According to his mother Gloria, the rapper showed interest in music at a very young age, and he started freestyling and writing songs. His stage name Jay-Z is an homage to his mentor rapper J.O. Jay-Z's music career started with a lot of difficulties because he tried to sign a deal with a lot of major labels, but despite his talent and success, they didn't want to sign him. But one thing for sure, he never gave up on his dream, so he decided to sell his CDs out of his car, and alongside M Dash, they created an independent label called Rockefeller Records. And finally, in 1997, after publishing his debut album Reasonable Doubt, that peaked at number 23 on the Billboard 200, he finally signed a distribution deal with Def Jam. There is so much to say about his career. If you want a specific video, I can do it, but now let's talk about the queen of the music industry, Beyoncé. Beyoncé Giselle Knowles Carter is an American singer, songwriter, record producer, dancer, and actress. Her career started at a very young age. She performed in various singing and dancing competitions as a child, and her parents decided to leave their job and invest everything they have in their daughter's career, after a music teacher told them that she thought Bey would definitely have success in the music industry. Her rise to fame started in the late 90s as a member of the R&B group Destiny's Child, formed and managed by her father Matthew Knowles. The group has many iconic songs such as Survivor, What's My Name, and more. While the group was on pause, Bey released her debut album called Dangerously in Love, which included #1 single Crazy in Love with Jay-Z and Baby Boy. After the disbanding of the Destiny's Child in 2006, Bey kept going with her solo career and released many albums such as B-Day, I'm Such a Fierce, 4 and many others. And even with her now husband Jay-Z, they released an album as the Carters called Everything Is Love. It's safe to say that Bey is one of the most iconic artists of our generation, and her talent is often seen on tour. Her performances are crazy, and her Formation World Tour grossed $265 million. And right now she's preparing to go on her Renaissance World Tour. Beyoncé's legacy is still expanding, and just recently she broke the record as the artist with the most Grammy Awards won. And just like Jay, also Beyoncé has some business ventures going on. In 2010, she founded her own entertainment company called Boer, and she signed artists such as Chloe and Hailey Bailey. She also released many perfumes and had a fashion line called House of Darion and Ivy Park. So after this brief introduction, there's more to say. You can tell that both Bey and Jay are very influential people in the industry. They got married back in 2008 and they reached the status as the it couple of Hollywood. But there's a lot behind their story. There is some confusion about when and how the couple met. Usually they are pretty private when it comes to speak about their personal lives, but Beyoncé confirmed that she and Jay met when she was 18. The pair met in 2000 at the MTV Spring Break Festival in Cancun, Mexico. And after briefly meeting at the festival, the two sat together on the plane to go back home. Beyoncé at the time was in a relationship, so her and Jay didn't start dating until 2 years later. And the rapper spoke about this in their song 713. The singer said that they stayed friends for a year and a half before going on any dates. They used to talk a lot on the phone after Bey was on a break with her ex-boyfriend. When it comes to their first date, Jay-Z also spoke about this on their song 713, when he said that they went to Nobu, but Sir thought it was a great idea to bring his friend with him, but to be fair, he also admitted that it was a mistake. A lot of people don't believe this story. I mean, they believe it, but there are some differences. So basically, people think that they started dating when she was underage. To be honest, I don't believe that. I mean, they might have seen each other at events and stuff like that because they were both at the peak of their career during 2000-2001. Others say that B might have been talking to Jay while she was in a relationship with her ex, Linda Loke. But to be honest, I wouldn't mind if this was the case because her and Lyndon broke up because he cheated on her. The pair have been in a long-term relationship and they started seeing each other when they were only 13 years old. Lyndon even spoke about it in an interview saying how much he regrets losing Beyoncé and spoke about their relationship. When it comes to Jay, during that time he was dating around just like any rappers, as usual. He just reached his mainstream fame, so of course he was surrounded by many women. But more specifically, he was rumored to have dated rapper Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, singer Aaliyah, and Blu Cantrell. But we will get to that later. So they were both single at the time, but not really. They were just talking. For a very long time, they never confirmed their relationship, even during the time they released the song Crazy Love. But finally, in August 2004, they made their red carpet debut as a couple at the MTV VMAs. The couple, after some years of dating, they got married in April 4, 2008 in a secret ceremony. And they have been together for more than 20 years. So you might think that's the end, but not really. If you listen to Beyonce's album Lemonade and Jay-Z's album 444, things got a little twisted over the years, just like in every Hollywood relationship, to be honest. But we will get to this now. So Blu Cantrell is an American R&B and soul singer. Her rise to fame started back in 2001 and she has been popular for a minute, until the drama she had with Beyoncé and Jay. For some time during the 2000s, there were some rumors that Blu had beef with Beyoncé. While B started her solo career, Blu had a very close friendship with Jay. Blu insisted that there was nothing going on between them, but then she went in an interview with Wendy Williams and she said that she had a big crush on Jay and she didn't care if he was dating Beyoncé. There was also some rumors that B might have copied Blu. For example, the music video for the song Bonnie and Clyde, made by B and J, looks like the promo for Blu's song Roundup. I mean, sometimes coincidences happen, but have you noticed how Jay and Bey's first daughter is named Blu? I mean, a lot of people find this thing a little bit weird. Some people think that between Blu and Jay there was more, and in a very sentimental way, to the point where he named his first daughter after her, but we will never know this. In fact, Blu's career after that kinda went downhill. She's still performing nowadays, but not as much as during the early 2000s. Don't worry, this is not a video where we list all the women that Jay have been with, but this girl in particular needs to be talked about, and the story is quite sad, to be honest. Cathy White was a publicist and beauty expert, and it's been rumored at the time that she was Jay-Z's mistress. She was 28 when she sadly passed away, and the NYPD listed her cause of death as natural. But there was still some investigation that revealed that she died from an aneurysm. But a lot of people, especially when this happened, believe that Jay-Z was the reason behind Cathy's death, because 2 weeks prior, Cathy was contacted by a major tabloid, and they wanted to know more about her and Jay-Z's relationship. And after that, she allegedly called Jay and said that she was ready to come public about them and about what's going on. You have to remember that at the time, there was rumors about Jay-Z infidelity coming to light, and Beyoncé was pregnant, so his reputation was on the line. To be honest, I don't know about this story. Everything is a bit strange, and the sad part is that she's remembered to be Jay-Z's side piece. But please remember her as a very successful woman. She had her own firm, she was a Howard University graduate, so she did her thing, and I hope people remember that. But yes, her cause of death sounds a bit weird. I mean, don't get me wrong, people die from natural causes at a very young age, but the timing doesn't sound right to me. There are many other women that Jay have been linked with, from Rita Ora to Rihanna, etc. But now let's talk about Beyonce, because if he was doing all of that, personally, I hope she cheated back. So Julius de Boer, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, is Beyonce's bodyguard. He have been there for a very long time now. And he also owns his own security company. Well, it's been rumored that Beyonce might have had an affair with Julius. There was an article that came around 2010-11 that said that Jay-Z was very jealous of Julius and his relationship with Beyonce. I mean, he has been working with her since 2009, and in fact, he was also on the infamous elevator video where Solange beat the hell out of Jay-Z. The source on the article said that Jay thought that there was something romantic between Bey and Julius, and he wanted to fire him, but Beyonce said no, not today, so he didn't get fired. Still to this day, he's a bodyguard to Beyonce. So as we mentioned before, the elevator fight was a big scandal back then, and there was two rumors about it. One is that Beyonce was mad at Jay because he wanted to go to Rihanna's after party instead of going back home with her. And there were some rumors that Rihanna and Jay had something going on, especially during the beginning of her career, because he was the one who signed her to Roc Nation. And the second rumor is that Solange was mad because Jay and Rachel Roy were getting a little too close during the Met Gala. But I know some of you are like, who's Rachel Roy? Rachel Roy is an American fashion designer, and she started to connect with Jay-Z back in the early 2000s when she became the creative director of Rockwear. During this time is where she met her now ex-husband Damon Dash, who was Jay-Z's business partner and basically the one who helped Jay-Z during the first step of his career. Well, right now, Damon and Jay don't get along at all. That's a long story. But as we all know, Jay might have had an affair with Damon's ex-wife. So, I think we can all agree this is a little bit messy. Rachel went on Twitter and said that she respects marriages, families, etc. But the tweet really didn't deny anything in my opinion. Then, as we all know, Beyoncé released her album Lemonade, and in a song called Sorry, she mentioned Becky with the good hair, and some people assumed it was Rachel. Then she made an Instagram post joking about it, saying good hair don't care, and she quickly deleted because the blogs, everyone was talking about it. Damon made an interview in 2016 calling out Bey and Jay for not defending Rachel during that time, because she was facing a lot of backlash for being the side chick. To be honest, I feel like we will never know who's the actual Becky with the good hair. I mean, even Rita Ora came out at the time with a Snapchat that made people think that it was her, Becky with the good hair, and then she quickly deleted everything and said that Beyonce and Jay-Z were family to her, etc. And I think she wanted just some attention during that time. Because why would you post this snap? I mean, it's obvious it was hinting to that. But there's to say that Becky with the good hair is technically something that it would be said about a white woman. And now Rachel doesn't seem very white to me. But some people even speculate that it was Gwen Paltrow. Please don't ask me why. Yes, she's been a very close friend to the Carters for a very long time. But there isn't much to say about this, just some picture. And to be honest, I don't think it's her. So as we all know, Jay is a father of 3 kids that he has with Beyonce, Blue Ivy, Sir and Rumi. However, there are some other kids that might have not been claimed by the rapper. In 2018, The Sun reported that a man named Samir Satterwhite, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, claims that he is Jay-Z's first son. Allegedly, his mom had an affair with the rapper back in 1992 and she got pregnant. Jay denied the allegation and refused to take a DNA test. He also addressed about this on his joint album with Beyoncé, on a song called Heard About Us, where he said Billie Jean in his prime for the 2000th time, the kid ain't mine. Samir said that he doesn't want money from Jay, but wants the world to know the truth about him. The rapper might also have a secret daughter. According to Gossip, Letitia Massere is Jay-Z's first daughter. She was born back in the 90s where her mother Lisa had a romantic relationship with Jay. In a Facebook post that was written by Lisa's sister, she said that they tried to get in contact with Jay at the Rockefeller headquarters to tell him that she was pregnant, but they didn't get a response back. Letitia has an Instagram account called Jay-Z First Daughter where she said, I've been quiet for too long. Join me as I tell you my story of living in the shadows of being Jay-Z's daughter, in a city where everyone knew he was my father. At the time of this video, Jay-Z haven't responded to these claims. But we are not done yet. There is also another story. A 60-year-old man named Andrews came out to Star magazine saying that his grandson is in reality Jay-Z's son. Basically, a Trinidadian model named Chanel Scott was dating a man called Malik Saeed, and his father Andrew said that apparently their 9-year-old is in reality Jay-Z's son. Andrew claimed that everyone knew that Chanel was messing with Jay at the time, and that he paid her $1 million in child support to keep her mouth shut. But then sometime later, Andrew told the NY Daily that he has no knowledge about the situation and that he never talked about this with Chanel or his son Malik, so he doesn't know if the story is true or not. Basically, he said that what he told was a lie. So we will never know the truth about this story or any other story, to be honest. Till this day, the Carters are very private. We don't know much about them anymore compared during the 2000s. There were some rumors during the time when Beyoncé launched Lemonade where people said that basically the two are still together just because of business reasons, and that they don't even live in the same house anymore and have separate lives. The Carters together hold a lot of power. They're basically the royal family of the music industry. So them divorcing would definitely cause something to their business and their names. But recently, during her speech at the Grammys, Beyoncé thanked her husband and the two seemed very lovely together. I feel like we will never know more about the couple. They learned their lesson from the 2000s, and especially now that we have social media, it's better stay private. So that's it for today's video. Did you know about the Carters' messy love history? What do you think about it? Thank you so much for watching this video and see you guys next time. Bye!